Hello everybody, it's Laid Back Launcher here, back with, after a long hiatus, another World Conqueror 4 video. We got a new update and it's a doozy. We got the introduction of the 1960 Challenge Conquest. And man, this is a messed up map if I've ever seen it. Man, as a cartographer, I definitely am not appreciating the color schemes and such used here. Soviets in Mexico, okay, interesting. This American empire is looking good. So the empire is split up into different pieces. You're familiar with the Scorpion Empire from these missions and such, but you can see that they've sort of fractured themselves up for some reason into European, Middle East, covers most of Central Asia, okay. That wouldn't be a bad place to start. You have like Africa, you have Asia Pacific, and you have the Americas. So this is an interesting distribution. The Asia Pacific one covers a lot of distance too. I'm probably going to be starting off with the European one. Let's take a look at what the rewards for that are. You get a bunch of new extension, achieve victory as 1-star countries, 2-star countries. I haven't done any of these missions yet. This is going to be a completely brand new walkthrough for myself as well, if it is for you as well. Achieve victory as all of the Scorpion forces. You probably have to achieve victory as 3-star countries. I'm not sure if Scorpion forces counts as countries, but I'll be testing that limit soon, because all of the Scorpion forces are considered 3 stars. And yeah, I'll probably be going with the the European one, not Middle East. And we also have new rewards, new medals. So we have a medal that improves fortification and Air Force leader. That's pretty good. I'd probably be putting down one of my Air Force commanders, of which there's not enough to satisfy all of the air power you might potentially have in these games, in these conquest modes. So that's 650 medals, that's nice. This improves fighting spirit, that's also pretty nice. You get the you get some Stratofortress pieces, more metal, some Apache pieces, and a dominance medal that doubles it, 100%. Wow, that's powerful. You also get some Phantom Forces pieces, more medals, and the ALF 1. I would prefer if the Phantom Forces were at the beginning, because I'm close to unlocking them myself. Everything, and also the ALF. I think they knew this. They wanted to dilute how useful they would be in these conquests, so you would spend medals. Again, little sus. They still have not added any free-to-play methods to get those the batons that you need for your generals, these things. And you can see that we have a couple new generals that you can apply them to. So you can drop them on Patton and Govorov, and let's take a look at them. And you can see that this is going to be the purchase I'm making today. Let's see. Patton desperately needed an overhaul for a while. This is what he looked like out of the box. Definitely not worth what you're getting out of him. Especially stock. This new general, Weygand, is fairly capable. He's probably going to be one of your next best commanders. And then he's better than Rokossovsky in my opinion. He would be even better and still cheaper than Patton. But now you can see he got a real glow up. He's got this heroic charge ability. Having one enemy within 2 hexes of you will deal an extra 10% damage, maximum of 50. So you can surround yourself, you can go really deep. You can surround yourselves by enemies. You have to be really selective with the enemies you would have to attack, just to make sure that you always have like 5 fairly low health enemies around you at the ends, or low damage enemies, because you don't want the enemies that do a lot of damage to be remaining, providing that bonus. You want it to be like, you know, infantry or something that won't do so much damage to you. Preferably not rocket or like the Hawkeye Force or something. But you know, just vanilla infantry of some kind, or weaker elite force infantry. And his second ability, you have to continue with this. When you have high morale, you lower damage received by 20%, and it's not increased defense by 20%. It's lower damage received, which is really cool. So you actually want to leave some open space around you so you can have a higher morale boost. I definitely will be putting inspiration on Patton. The second category is would be armor assaults in that empty slot. Rival contest: when commanding armored units, deal an extra 16% damage to elite force. That'll probably jump up to 20 if you can upgrade that. That's pretty useful too. There are a lot of elite force units out on the fields during these events nowadays. And it is nice to do some extra damage to them. And this happens whether you're doing a normal attack or whether it's a critical attack. The same applies for this heroic charge. So that's what Patton looks like. I'll probably be going for him, not gonna lie. The next day also added Govorov. This is what he looks like out of the box. He's a capable artillery commander, but I still think that he was historically surpassed by someone even as out of meta as Zhang. Just because you can put both accuracy and artillery leader on him. And then you have, crossfire and ace forces are sort of benefits, like little bonuses, but with Govorov, you could only decide one accuracy or artillery leader, and I think you need both for him to be an effective artillery leader. Artillery barrage I don't find very useful. I don't find explosives very useful. That might have been helpful during the Warzone era, but that's a few years back. And jungle fighting can be useful since you want to put your artillery on the jungle anyway because it gives a defense bonus. I have jungle fighting on Kona for that reason. This is what Govorov looks like after his glow up. Look at all them medals. The Soviets do know how to drop the bling on their top guys. Coordinated counterattack. When commanding artillery, the unit is not affected by skills which disable counterattack. Okay, that has limited ability or usefulness. When a surrounding friendly unit is counterattacked, there's a 100 chance to join the counterattack. Again, also very limited opportunity since they usually attack units that can't counterattack. Deep operation: when commanding artillery units, deal 20% damage to enemies 2 or more hexes away. So I think that is his selling point. You just make him do 20% extra damage as an artillery commander. But I mean, you could have that with inferior victory on an elite force artillery. You're going to be putting inspiration on that anyway, so it doesn't seem very useful. Govorov, I don't think I'd be going for Govorov. Now, does this change my previous opinion about the Gaulle, which would look like this? This firepower blockade, putting him on, I don't know if I did like a showcase. I think I definitely did talk about him. I did do some of the challenge conquest, the 1950 challenge conquests with the Gaulle on a save account, on a load save cycle, and he was very useful. Upgrade, I put fighting spirit and artillery leader and either inspiration or fighting spirit. I think it was inspiration, and he was very powerful. I got chains up to 10 attacks long, and putting him on the BM-21, there was a lot of demoralized enemies around him, a lot of weakened enemies around him, a few empty spaces. And it's great because you put him on the BM-21 and it's very effective on the counterattack. You still do rumors. You can still demoralize enemies when they attack you if they don't, like, or if they aren't rocket artillery or something that disables your counterattack. And so it's just an excellent way to bring down and they're also receiving splash damage behind them when they attack you. So you're still doing a lot of damage on the attack and the defense. You're demoralizing your enemies. But since it is on the BM-21 and this operates on you demoralizing enemies and not killing them, you can't really use artillery logistics on him. The other alternative before was Bock. This is the only thing he gets, War Machine. That's very powerful. He gets it right out of the box, but unfortunately he's not very useful elsewhere. He does have Blitzkrieg, which is limited a usefulness in more late game scenarios, in my opinion. You would be putting armor assault and probably inspiration on him as well, but not inferior victory because of that Blitzkrieg there. This only works. Sorry, what? Continue. Sorry, I had a bit of an issue with my with an alarm. This only works when you have a critical attack. So, is like, I don't know if I've exhibited too much in my more recent videos, quote unquote recent, but like even with Rommel, who has that elite bonus to do more critical attack damage, there's times he just doesn't do a critical attack. And Bock doesn't have any elite bonus. So yes, it would also improve the critical attack of friendly forces nearby. You could make a very powerful armored formation that way, but that's not really how I play. I like to split my armored forces up and play multiple objectives at the same time. Supported by air power and a bit of an economic bonus. So Bock is on my play style. Patton is definitely more my play style, where I send one guy off alone to do a lot of damage, tanker, deal a lot of damage on the counterattack, and then you keep on leapfrogging by, you know, basically being the Grim Reaper using your logistics ribbon. So that's probably what I'm gonna go for. I have saved my game before. I have always make sure to save your game before you make big decisions like this. You can see it was saved quite recently, 11-1-1-1-21. I had a lot of medals saved up. Let's see how much Patton is gonna dig into my budget. All right, Patton. First, I need a... Oh my goodness. I need 10 for him. Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. Ugh. This is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna wait like a couple more days until you can get a free bundle from the shop and get those medals. But that is ridiculous. Ridiculous, okay. He's still worth it. I'm still gonna go for him. But I can't use him in these conquest modes, which would make them probably much easier, because take a look. This stuff is brutal. Like, look at what you're going up with. You have a lot of resources at your disposal. Helicopters, HIMARS, which is crazy. I'll give you like a quick example at the beginning of like the actual conquest walkthrough. But this is a lot of forces you have. You have to go through a lot of enemy forces. I imagine they'll be pretty easy as the Scorpion Empire, because even the Soviets, yeah, the Soviets are strong. Look at Rocco. You know what Rocco looks like from the 1950 Challenge Conquest. They're all on the same side, but look at the resources you have. It's absurd. Like, look at this vehicle. Look at Maldini. He's insane. Even when he's nerfed to be on your side. Each cell independent. So you attack twice, with each attack, dealing 80% of base damage per shell. Not quite sure what that means. Maybe base health. That is insane. Or attacking. You have to put the target into chaos. And you heal up. That's insane. Like, look at this vehicle. Look at how much attack it has. Look at how much attack it has. We should have one. Yes, without a commander. This is an insane vehicle out of the box. You have BM-21s. You have Centurions, Alfs, Pershings, and an Abrams in the Lisboa. You start off with an Enterprise, a level 8 Enterprise, or level 5 Enterprise. T-72s, these KS-50 howitzers, you remember them from the event. You have helicopters. And look at how much economic output you have. You get some crazy upgrades. It's insane. So, like, going up against all of this, let me show you what this all looks like going up against it as potentially West Germany. He's even more powerful than when he's on your side. Hold fast, you cannot drop his morale. Heroic charge, you deal 10% damage, extra damage. It's the same thing that Patton has. Maldini is the only guy that you can demoralize, you'll find. And he is all no, self-morale will not be disrupted. You cannot drop the morale of these guys. Take a look. Gaimon, self-morale will not be disrupted. Who else do we have nearby? Williams, hold fast. Troop morale won't drop. This is absurd. You can't demoralize them. You have to do crushing damage fast, and having someone like Patton in your lineup would definitely help with that. But alas, now you have to wait longer to do it. So I'm going to be doing this mission without Patton, Scorpion Empire starting off, because you could probably still finish this all fairly quickly just by starting off the Scorpion Empire. I'll also be playing free to play, but I'll talk about that in the next video. We did get new elite forces. Just HIMARS. That's what it looks like out of the box. Powerful unit. Well, there was 2 more generals. This is just a review. I'm going to do the actual conquest walkthrough shortly. We got Sikorsky, who's intended to be another economic general. Hell, I might get him, because you saw. Let me go back and show you how many helicopters are at your disposal as the Scorpion Empire. You have 1. Okay, well, no, that's infantry. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 helicopters at your disposal. And the Enterprise, you have a level 3 port right out the bat. You can drop down a Typhoon right off the bat, and that really dilutes my Air Force park. So take a look. These are some of my Air Force commanders. Doolittle and Halsey. Halsey would be on the Enterprise or the Akagi typically. Doolittle on the helicopter. He's kind of designed for that. Love this song from a Poland Baja animation. You have Chenault, who's an economic commander. Yamamoto, usually put him on the Enterprise. Dowding, economic commander, technological commander, and Arnold, another helicopter commander. Or if I don't have, if I have limited commanders or limited resources, I put them on the Typhoon. But now I have 4 helicopters alone. That hugely dilutes your Air Force park, and I've already maxed out my air park with free-to-play generals. There's no one else. The only other Air Force commander who's potentially viable is Kesselring, and he's very expensive, and he isn't useful out of the box. And you'll see. I'm gonna sell you, Patton. I'm not gonna be using you for this mission. I might use. No, I won't be buying de Gaulle. Because I do want to get Patton. He is the best general out of the trainable ones, in my opinion. But wait a minute, potentially Bock got cheaper. So what we're gonna do? Well, no, I'm not going to save or load just yet. Oh, we do have a new event coming up. Not the origin of the Scorpion Empire, but the rise of the Scorpion Empire. That'll begin in a day. Looking forward to that. Sorry if I'm a bit loud. It's been a while since I've recorded the video. Don't forget to make some trades here and there. Sorry for wasting your time. Just something I have to do, or else I'll forget. So yeah, I think that's kind of the summary. Patton, no. I'm loading my game. I will not be using you. I mean, I have you now. I don't think I can sell you. I'm not going to use all of these medals for anything else. I might as well employ you as I can. And as you train your general, you get your medals back. So any medals that you put in to use your general ahead of time, you'll get them returned back. Man, that's crazy. 10 and 200 of whatever that is. Keep you as a major general. Panzer leader. Armor assault. Unfortunately, I'm going to be using you in your nerfed state over this mission. And then just upgrade you in a couple of weeks when they very generously give us 2 free batons. My review is still stuck on 3 stars because of that. And you know, because of how they're trying to dilute. They still haven't introduced trading system for units that you have too many of. And I mean, I have like 182 plus 69, nice. 251 at least spare units that I don't have, and they're just diluting the rewards for all of these events and stuff. Oh, also they added a sweep system. You can't see it now, but I didn't actually have to do the normal mode. I just had to do the hard mode, and then here in the bottom right corner where India is over here, can't see it. You get a sweep. You don't have to use any of the sweep ribbons. It really is, once you do the hard mode, you get the rewards for easy mode. You don't have to make any other sacrifices. Huge time saver. Shame I didn't know that before I did Battle of Alamein hard mode. Not sure if it will have applied to the defense events. We'll see that when Pearl Harbor comes around. I still have to finish Battle of Alamein anyway. And also Barbarossa. Would have just done the hard, just would have saved everything for the hard mode and not done the normal mode in that case. Saved a lot of time. Yeah, those are the big updates. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video in which we start the actual 1960 Challenge Conquest mode. It only exists in the Challenge Conquest, and we'll be playing as the European Scorpion Empire, which I think is probably the strongest out of all of them, or will help you make the game fastest because you're in Europe and Asia. You have Ireland, you have Portugal. You can quickly jump down to Africa, jump over to the Americas. That's probably the best place to start. If you guys enjoyed this video, found anything useful, helped you with tactics or make decisions, then leave a like. If you have any suggestions, questions, comments, then drop them down below in the comments. I read all of the comments. I love interacting with my very limited fan base, but I'm not here for the fame. And if you want to see more content like this, then drop a subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will see you in the next one. This is the Layback Launcher signing off. 07 everyone.